Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm glad you guys answered because it's really awkward when you're like, hi, everybody, and crickets. And you're like, what? Well, anyway, my name is Brennan Srisirikul. I'm 25 years old. I was born in Bangkok, Thailand, to interracial parents, one of whom is Trina Bigham, my mom, who couldn't be here today, but she wished she could. I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at birth and given less than a 10% chance of survival. But I'm still here, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you. I'm an actor, singer, and motivational speaker. I'm openly gay. I'm a son, friend, and brother. I'm an advocate and activist for inclusion and equality. I'm an ally for the other and the marginalized. I'm an intersectional feminist. Growing up, it felt like I was looking in on a world that I so desperately wanted to be a part of. It felt like I was trying to shove a square peg into a round hole and it just wouldn't fit. And you know what? If I kept trying to shove that square peg into that round hole, it was going to break. I was dying on the inside to feel like I belonged, like I had a place and a purpose. Sometimes it even felt like those around me thought it would be easier for me to be included, that I'd be better off if I was walking. My disability is not a disadvantage. It is my catalyst for understanding. My chair has allowed me so many opportunities. The most important opportunity, though, is the chance to observe human beings, to slow down and hear other people's stories, their stories of hardship, hope, and resilience. The stories of the people who, you know what, already make America great. Which for me, honestly, is worth the small price of having my butt hurt at the end of the day. Having a disability, I've heard an awful lot of talk about inclusion, and I'd love to sit before you today and say we have crossed the finish line, that we're even halfway there. But the honest truth is we have so much more work left to do. When we envision communities, folks, we have to be envisioning everyone. Equality is about everyone. Inclusion is about everyone. They function in tandem. Inclusion and equality are not options. They are necessities, and we need to stop making it optional. We must include people. There is no gray area. We have no choice. We need to use our innately creative minds and band together to form strategies that allow us to include everyone, despite our varying situations. We must leave the door open for everyone, a door that radiates love, compassion, and kindness from every side of the frame, creating an environment that eliminates fear and illuminates our abilities, so that each and every one of us can reach our own personalized potential in our own way. Inclusion is not just about the disabled and differently abled community. We cannot demand inclusion and then not be inclusive. That's not how it works. Inclusion means that women get equal pay for equal work and free choice over what happens to their bodies. Inclusion means that our transgender friends can use whatever bathroom that they see fit. Inclusion means that my LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters and I maintain our right to marry who we love. Inclusion means that not another black man is killed because of racial profiling, discrimination, and assumption. Thank you. Inclusion, and now listen, Inclusion is the understanding that our uniquenesses and diversity act as our vessel, our means, the only way to not only survive, but to thrive. And I don't know about you, but I want to thrive. Listen, people, for so many years, I was a spectator, a supporting player in my own life, until one day I woke up and realized that no one could believe in me or accept me before I turned the mirror and did that for myself. For so many years, I accepted when people told me they were sorry that I was in a wheelchair for the way I was born, the way I was meant to be. I accepted their pity. Now, I'm inviting our culture to replace sorry and pity and join me in becoming an ally for access. Join me in discovering that magical crossroad between a can-do attitude and access, sparking opportunity. The magic in the middle that allows everyone to have an equal and fully realized experience in their own way. There are no rules when it comes to inclusion and equality, except for the fact that it is for everyone, and it involves everyone. Hate and bigotry simply do not have a place. Our collective voices of love and compassion can change the world, and don't you dare let anyone tell you differently. We all have the power. Everything that we need to change the world, we were born with. I promise you that. Our power together is boundless. It's limitless. Our job is to get up every day and reach inside ourselves and mine that superpower. The power that helps us spark a light in us and lets us illuminate a world where inclusion and equality are the heartbeat. I can't stress enough to you all how important your voices are. To be honest, if you take one thing away from this moment that we're sharing together, I hope it's that you and your voice matters. What you have to say, the words that literally come out of your mouth, as long as they have a breath of love and compassion, matter, and they always will. Anyone who ever used their voice to change the world for the better did so by mixing their passion, purpose, and persistence with their daring to be visible, to be on the front lines, to be a face for change. In these turbulent times we're having in our history right now, our voices are more important than ever. We must be out in our communities modeling inclusion, modeling what it is like, not what it looks like, what it is like when we are equal. Some may argue that being visible is too heavy of a burden to bear. Or, what can I, one person, do? Being seen, being heard, being visible enough to literally change the world is our birthright. We were born worthy enough to shoulder that burden. We were all worthy, and still are, worthy enough to rise each and every day. Rise up and say, I matter, I'm here. Now, don't get it twisted. I don't have all the answers. My life is really messy sometimes, and my room is even worse. So y'all, after 5 o'clock, if anyone wants to come over and clean, I live 2 blocks away, and I will buy you Shake Shack. But what I do know is that there is power in every piece of my puzzle, power in every color in my kaleidoscope, which I think makes for quite a beautiful picture. Now at 25, I have a job, which is all right. I live independently, I pay my bills on time, But what I'm most proud of is that I'm a hustler, baby. I hustle because nothing, and I mean literally nothing, is impossible. In closing, as I'm sure you're all tired of hearing me flap my gums, through all the twists, turns, and triumphs of living a life on wheels, I've learned so many lessons. But perhaps the most important lesson that I've learned has sort of become a cornerstone for my whole life. And it's very simple, but it took me a long time, and I mean a long time, of feeling like I was dying inside, and then feeling alive to realize, why would I ever want to fit in when I can stand out? Thank you.